of the two-part series in the HPR on the IoT. Jim.
Great, thank you, David. So I'm a bit torn. I wasn't actually planning to appear tonight. I'm here as a spectator, but after you guys said so many nice things about me, I thought I should at least acknowledge my presence. I'm torn because on one hand, I'm a nerdy technical guy who's just perfectly happy sitting in the audience listening to all these great ideas. But on the other hand, I am extremely passionate about IoT. In fact, I challenge anybody here to be, more passionate, more thoughtful, have spent more of your personal energy thinking about the IoT than I have. And I know you all have as well. But the second thing is, I'm equally passionate about AR. And I challenge any of you to spend more time thinking about how AR is going to bring value, particularly to enterprises, than I have. And I know you spend time on that too, so I'm not like the only person here, but I'm near the top, I'm pretty sure. And then the intersection of the two. Oh my God, it's unbelievable. And so when I saw the invite, IoT and AR, I told my assistant, clear my calendar, I got to get this stuff. So I'm very excited to be here. But just real quick, I'm going to just introduce my colleague, and he's going to take over in a second. But real quick, I was sitting in my kitchen one day, and I have a very nice CEO type of house. And I was looking around. I was looking around in my kitchen, and I said, look at all the digital displays on things. My oven has a digital display. 2 of them, actually. My microwave has a digital display. I have a standing refrigerator freezer. It has a digital display. I have those refrigerator drawer things underneath the counter. They both have digital displays. I have a coffee maker with a digital display. I have a dishwasher, actually 2 dishwashers, with a digital display each. And I said, this is unbelievable. All these things want to talk to me. Now, by the way, I have a smart connected house, but none of these things are connected. But someday they will be. But I said, even before they're connected, they all want to talk to me. They have information I need to know, and I need to give them information. How cold do you want the refrigerator to be? How hot you want the oven to be while you're baking a souffle or whatever you're baking. So you need to carry on a conversation with these things. But if they were all connected to the IoT, and you gave me a smartphone app, I'd throw up on it. I don't want any more smartphone apps. And trying to find the app to program the microwave to cook, a cup of water for 30 seconds, I'm not interested. I don't want any more apps for things. I got all the apps I need in my life. And it occurred to me, if I could just look at these things and combine what's known about them through IoT and analytics and so forth, in the context of the microwave I'm looking at, now the oven I'm looking at, now the dishwasher I'm looking at, if we could figure out how to take all that data and put it in my field of view, it'd be amazing. And let me speak to these things or give them hand gestures or something like that. And get rid of all the screens. I don't need them. I don't need all those cryptic little button knob combos. Sorry. I don't need that stuff. So if we could figure out how to make IoT and AR work together, it'd be an amazing thing. We would transform the way that we as humans interact with things, with systems, and with environments. Because we gather this data, we run all these incredible analytics against it, and then we look at who are you, and where are you, and what do you need to know? Are you trying to cook dinner, or are you the repairman trying to show up and fix the oven? Because I give you very different information. So anyway, that's the kind of stuff we're trying to work at PTC, is to take IoT, we have this incredible ThingWorks platform, and take AR and VR. I'm particularly interested in VR as it gives us the, not all VR use cases, but the ability to simulate the context that I then want to augment. So I'm actually interested in augmented VR, AVR I call it, mixed reality if you want, you pick the term. But this combo of IoT and AR I think is going to absolutely transform the world. I'm pretty sure that some years from now, every IoT application will have an AR front end. That's what I'm betting on. That's what I'm betting the company on. It's a big, successful company. We're kicking ass. We've got a great strategy, and I'm going to have my colleague Mike Campbell come up and tell you a little bit about what we're doing on the IoT, AR, VR front. Thank you all very much.
Good evening. Even without slides and not on the agenda, he's a tough act to follow. So my name is Mike Campbell. I look after the ThingWorks platform. I've got a long history at PTC. I've got a background in 3D and visualization. I've been thinking a lot about IoT and how all of that stuff comes together. And I'm thrilled that all of you are here, and I'm thrilled to be here to tell you a little bit about what we're working on. Many of you probably know about PTC. We're about a $1.3 billion software company out in Needham. But I want to tell you a little bit about our logo. So it's in the top right corner there, you saw on the initial slide. And it's intentionally made to look like the yin and the yang. So you've seen this symbol. You probably know that it represents sort of the idea of two equal but opposite opposing forces that define one another, like hot and cold, or man and woman, or night and day. And if you look really closely, you'll see a P for physical and a D for digital in that logo. And that's really what our mission is, right? We are solely focused on bridging this world between the physical and digital realms and helping you get value out of what goes on between those two places. Our history is born out of CAD and product lifecycle management and creating things digitally that ultimately you're going to make in the physical world. And today we think a lot about how do we take what's going on in the physical world and get value out of it from a digital perspective. As David and maybe you've already heard, but as David mentioned, Jim and Professor Porter have worked on a couple of articles in HBR. The first one is about sort of what impact IoT is having on the competition. Second one is about what impact it might have in your organization inside of your company. They're actually working on a third one right now, which is about what does IoT and AR mean together? What's that impact going to be like? And you heard Jim talk about some of the ideas there. In the previous articles, they talk a lot about what the technology stack for IoT is, how to think about it, what types of things you can do with IoT, what sort of the maturity model is, where you might want to begin, and what types of value those different use cases or capabilities might provide into your organization. And these are well-regarded articles, and they have a lot of great ideas in them. But if you take the thought further, and you take, for example, a smart connected product like this